Hi everyone, so in this video I wanted to show you guys how to do the petals better. I know in the last video I was a little lacking in explanation on the petals, so I thought I'd just do a part 2 and kind of go over it with you guys on how to make the petals open up more. And how we're going to do that is we're going to make when we're laying down the petals, we lay them in a crescent, and I'll show you that when we get there. So in this video, all I'm going to show you is the petals. I'm not going to show you how to finish the thing or how to make the petals themselves. If you need that, just go back to part 1. I explain it there. But I just wanted to show you guys the difference of what I'm talking about. So on this one, I did more crescent-shaped petals, and you can tell that it opens up more. In this one, I just laid them more flat, and so the bloom actually is kind of closed. So I just wanted to show you that so you can kind of see what I'm talking about ahead of time. So today we're going to start. I've already put the end on my pin and taken off the cap. And so to start, I'm just going to take it, I'm going to place it down. And what I'm remembering as I do this is wherever I start the petals, I'm never going to go down any further than that. That's as low as I ever go. And then I'm going to wrinkle the petals as I go. And that's the first one. And then starting in the middle of the last one I just did, I'm going to wrinkle the petals again as I go along. And there's my second. Now, about when I get to the third, that's what I consider my first row. And I'm starting it again in the center of the last one I did. As I'm going, I'm wrinkling. Now, at this point, if I decide that I want my petals to open up more, what I'm going to do is, as I'm laying them, starting in the last one, I'm going to still crunch them up, but as I lay them at an angle more. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but I started my petal up here and it went up instead of going straight across. And what that did was it opened up this petal because I laid it at an angle. And I'll show you again. So starting in the center of the last one, and instead of laying it straight like this, I'm going to lay it up slightly. And the more angled I have it going up, the more it's going to open up. So, and then I wrinkle as I go along. And then as I place the end, I place it pointing up also. And what I mean by up is that it's creating this kind of horseshoe shape with the bottom of the petal. But I'm still not going any lower on the shaft here. All I'm doing is building up on the petals that I already have pre-existing, and it's starting to open up. Now, if I wanted it to be even wider, I would just make that crescent more dramatic, and that gives you that more of an open look. At this point, because we're still kind of on the inside of the flower, I'm not doing that yet. So again, I angled it right here, and then I wrinkle, 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 and then at the end, going up, not straight. Okay, starting at the center of the last one, and again pointing it slightly up or angled, and then I wrinkle, wrinkle, and then around. And you can see now this is starting to open up. So again, I'm going to go to where I left off, to the last petal. Going to put that slightly up, wrinkle, 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 and then bringing it. So one more time, starting at the last petal, slightly up to give it that horseshoe shape, to give it that open look. And now you can see it's starting to open. Now if I wanted to from here, I could decide how much further I wanted to open it. I'm going to keep in the same style for this particular one. And I'll bring it a little closer so you guys can see better. So taking this and I'm just putting it slightly at an angle. Wrinkle, 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 and then at the end putting it slightly up. And again, that gives that rounded petal look, or that open petal. And you just continue, and you can play around with it. I mean, it took me a while to realize how I was getting that open look, or how I was getting the different shaped petals. And you can do it whichever way you want. This is just the way I found to do it, to give the flowers more of a realistic look, or what I consider more realistic. And I know everyone has their own method. This is just one. So as I'm going, I'm looking to see if I need to fill in any spots. And if you look at it from this view, you can see that I'm missing one petal here to kind of make it look full. So once I add that one, my decision is to either add another row and see, to me it looks like there still could be one more right here. So I'm just going to add that in. Now to me this looks like a full rose because I don't have any gaps, and it's nice and opened and looks like it's blooming. And so I'm going to stop here, and I actually have 2 left that I could continue if I wanted to, but at this point there's no reason to unless I was adding another row. And I'll show you the back again just to show you that I never went down any further than those first initial ones. Now, if you're looking at this and you want this part lower, what you do when you're starting it is you just put that down and then put your last petal slightly up above it when you're starting. So you put down your first row and then you move up just the tiniest amount, and that'll make this part sit further in, which is what I did with this one. If you look, it's not as high up as this one. But when I'm making a bouquet, or if these were going to sit together, I make both kinds so that it looks more dimensional inside. So, I mean, that's up to you if you want them all one way or the other. I was just showing you the different types of petals. Alright, well, I hope that helped everyone, and thank you for watching. If you have any more questions, you guys can inbox me or leave a comment down below, and I'll try to get to it or explain it as best I can. Thank you again. And you guys have a great day.